Welcome to the Nightly Rant. I'm Mike.
And I'm Torya.
This is the show where we talk about the awful things that have happened in our day, the awesome things that have happened in our day,
and all the things in between.
Thanks for listening, and we truly hope you enjoy. What a busy day.
Yes.
It was really busy.
Very much so.
It was fun, but it was busy.
I would really like to sleep until noon tomorrow.
It won't happen.
I know.
Can't happen.
I have stuff to do earlier than that. How rude.
Yeah. Don't you work?
Uh-huh. That's why I can't sleep until noon.
You never get a day off.
Nope.
Which then means I never get a day off, which sucks, but hey, it's
Why does it mean you never get a day off?
Because when you work, I work.
I only work a couple hours in the morning. You could sleep through it. You slept later than you usually do this morning. You slept or just relaxed through most of my work this morning.
Yeah, that's true. But where did I take you today?
To an awesome mall.
What was the awesome mall's name?
Citadel.
Very good.
Full of stores.
It was neat, right?
You got all of the things today.
I sure did. Lucky me.
You're not even testing out your new stuff.
Well, don't have time for that right now.
Okay. I didn't know sweatpants required time to try on.
I'll have to take all the labels off and everything.
Oh, I see.
And that's kind of a pain in the you-know-what.
So we went there. We did the things. The things were fun.
We had lunch together.
We bought some hats.
Yep.
Went to the pet store.
I got a Dodgers World Series hat. And that was a great story, wasn't it?
Yes.
I'm a big believer that sometimes you're just lucky and you're in the right place at the right time, you know?
And today was one of those days for you.
And when you remember, we were walking and you go, hey, the thought of even going in that store wasn't in my head.
That's funny. Because you always want to go into that store.
And then you're like, oh, you want to go into Lids and see if they have your hat that you're looking for? And I was like, you know what? Sure. And then just as we walked by to go to the back where the Dodger hats are, the big guy says to the cashier, there's this really big guy, and he's like, hey, I'm looking for a Dodgers World Series hat. And she goes, oh, we're out of those because of, we sold them on Black Friday for $10. And she goes, I think we have like one left. And he goes, yeah, I saw it over there, but it's not my size. And so then she says, well, we could probably get it for you online because there's stock all over the place. We could, see what we can do. What size do you wear? The guy tells her. Then now I say, hey, I'm looking for one too. He goes, okay, what size do you wear? And I say that. And he goes, dude, that's what size that one is over there. It's your size. And you know what? I go over there. I'm like, maybe I'm wrong about the size. I'm always wrong about my damn head size. Always. But this time, put that hat on. Bam! And then you're standing there and you're like, oh, look at this really nice Dodger hat for me. And I'm like, honey, it's clearance. So that means that it's 40% off?
Yeah, so it was only $12.
Yeah, 40% off. And then my Broncos hat, same thing. You found a Broncos hat for me. And you said, oh, it's on clearance. And then it came out to $12. It was cheap.
Yeah.
And then I got the Under Armour hat. That was nice.
An Under Armour hat. You got sweatpants. You got a hoodie. Good shopping day for you.
Yeah, that hoodie was nice and warm.
That's good. And then we went to the pet store, and we got some filters.
Yeah, sorry to say, we lost a member of the zoo. Rest in peace, Fish.
Poor Fish.
Poor Fish. He had some kind of a disease that attacked his gills and made it so he couldn't breathe. Now he is with the other fishes.
He's
swimming
in
the special ocean.
Poor Fish.
Somewhere.
Somebody sent him to swim with the fishes.
He's gone. Poor Fish. I feel very bad for Fish.
Our zoo is one member smaller today.
Which is actually kind of okay.
Well, actually, it just means that we're going to be introducing you to a replacement Fish soon.
At some point in time, yes. I agree.
That's okay, though. So we need to get new filters because clearly, if that tank killed a fish, it clearly needs some new love.
Yeah.
And I would think Gary Johnson in the other tank needs some a new filter too.
Yeah. Well, we bought 6 of them.
Yeah, so I'll give him a new filter tomorrow.
So have a new filter. I'm not sure. Oh, yes.
The other fish's name is Gary Johnson, in case you were wondering.
Yes, there's Fish, and then there's Gary Johnson.
Well, there's no more Fish.
I named Gary Johnson, by the way.
We just call him Johnson for short.
And I think if we were to get another fish, what would I want to name it?
Well, if he's Alyssa's...
Maybe Donald Trump.
If he's Alyssa's, you don't get to name him.
Name him Donald Trump
She's
or
not
Hillary
nice
Clinton.
like I am.
Name him Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton or... Fish. Instead of Fish.
Well, we could still call him Fish. All we have to do is add another
Fish
E.
2.
All we have to do is add another E.
Call him Fish 2. Fish 2.
You're the worst. You tell that to Alyssa.
Fish 4. She could just keep numbering them. Yeah, I've had 743 fish.
And we came home.
Yeah, we came home.
And we napped.
Did
some stuff.
That was kind of nice. We did a little bit of work.
You did a little bit of work. I read 98% of a smut book.
So, took a quick little nappy. Me and the young dog. We slept together. Yogi. Right? Slept together, young dog. That's right. And then what else?
Then we had our probably last ever meetup.
Yeah. Yeah. Stick a fork in it.
Done.
It's done.
It's done. It should have been done. It should have been done in October when we had the last one.
Yeah.
But our lovely friend Tina asked, so because she asked nicely, I scheduled one for her tonight, and she is literally the only person who showed up.
But we've figured out how to handle that too in the future. We'll just have dinner with her.
Exactly. We'll go have dinner with Tina. We'll go have dinner with anybody who wants to have dinner with us and catch up.
Yep. That's exactly right.
No need to have a big group setting. Try to get everybody's schedules all the same. Let's just have dinner if we want to meet up.
I agree.
Now that we've met some people.
Yeah.
It accomplished its goal.
Yes. It did. And it ran for almost 2 years.
Yep.
That's sort of amazing in and of itself.
Right?
You know, maybe we should be talking about how much hard work we put in and how everybody loves us. Maybe we should do that.
I'm good. I'm not, my head's not that big.
No.
Yugi's gonna get his words in edgewise.
Okay. Yeah, more than edgewise. So, what do you think? What do you think stopped people from coming? Because we had gotten it up to 15, 16 people.
Well, one of our more regular members moved farther away, so now it's a bit of a drive for her to come.
Yeah.
Reasonable. And I think other people just got busy.
Okay.
We can always leave out the insinuations of somebody bad-mouthing us around the community.
Yeah, I have more sinister thoughts about what really is going on.
Unproven facts about said douchebag.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard.
I don't know.
I've never heard that come from anywhere but my mouth before, so I don't know what you're talking about.
That is a story for a different day.
A different day, a different show.
Yes, that's a Sunday night topic.
You need to pay us, or you're not going to hear that one. Sorry, people. I'm just going to be blunt.
We'll tell that story on Chatting with Mike and Torya
at some point
on the Zoo Media Network.
At some point, IamZoo.com. At some point.
At some point.
Got to join to find out when. Never know when it might be. That's right.
Could even be tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday.
Could be tomorrow. Right, Yogi? Yogi tells us what to talk about, and we talk about it. It's kind of fun. It is
Yogi's podcast network.
He's the boss. He's the CEO. I'm not even kidding. When I have to register the DBA,
when I register the CED, when I register executive dog,
when I register that's a good idea. When I register the DBA, which I have to do, I'm going to register him as the president of the company.
All right, as the CED, chief executive dog.
Yeah, he's the CED.
Hi, boss man.
We're going to have to make him a business card.
What's up, boss man?
We're going to have to make him a business card. I'll give you an Asana task for making him a business card.
Did you know that one of the small towns around said Crow's Nest Pass,
their mayor was a dog?
Their mayor is a dog.
Yeah, you told me
was.
Yeah, you told me that once.
It's been 3 different dogs, actually.
And they've elected the dog?
Well, okay, their population is not big enough to have a formal council, city council. So they're basically, like, loved by Sparwood and their city council, town council.
Mm-hmm.
So they just elected a dog so that they had some unofficial...
So the weird folk is what you're talking about.
Oh, they're crazy people. Ask Holly. She'll tell you all about them.
I'll have to do that.
Yep.
So I don't know. I've been having weird issues with my left arm. If any of you have ever heard of this before, let me know. But started out a week ago.
And it was your shoulder.
And woke up in the morning, and my shoulder was really... The only way I could describe it is like sore and fatigued feeling, like you'd overused it.
Right.
You know? And as the day wore on, I could feel it down in my middle finger and ring finger on the left hand. Mm-hmm. And so that's when I started thinking, oh, it must be a pinched nerve. I must have slept funny on it somehow and pinched a nerve.
Right.
And then... Monday, I woke up and I had lost strength in the arm.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday, I had a hard time getting up from the couch because my knees started hurting.
Are your knees still hurting?
Yes.
Interesting.
So, I have a feeling I'm going to be doing some investigating of my health issues.
It's something weird. I don't know how much an x-ray is going to help since... it's like migrating from body part to body part, but...
exactly.
It could be something in your back, I guess.
There's no pain there, though. But I don't know. It's just really weird. So
something's pinching something somewhere.
It's just bizarre. But okay, so... While I was waiting for you to finish your book so we could do this, I was watching television. And I was watching Live PD, which I like to do. I love that show. It's amazing. And in any event, the lady is pulled over in her truck, and they take her passenger out with the whole, do not face me, face away from me, walk backwards towards my voice, that whole routine. Get down on your knees, lift your shirt up, blah, 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 that whole routine. Her passenger comes out. Then they turn their attention to, the driver, who's a woman, and... First thing you hear her say is, I'm still wearing my seatbelt. And he goes, okay, with your whatever hand, undo your seatbelt. Now step out. Do not face me. Same routine, right?
Right.
And he gets her, but before he tells her to get out of the car, as he says that, she says, can I grab my phone? Why do you want to grab your phone? What's wrong with you? Like what? Someone's going to call you while you're being frisked? And you're going to be like, look, hey, I can't talk right now. I'm going to jail. I mean, what the hell? What are you talking about?
I don't even know. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Like seriously,
no,
you're going to
lady,
answer.
You can't grab your phone.
And she's not the only person that I've seen do that.
I feel like it may be an instinct to grab your phone before you get out of the car. But if you've gotten to the point where you feel like you're aware enough that you know you need to ask if you can grab your phone, you should probably be smart enough to know you're not grabbing your phone.
Yeah.
So that I guess what I'm trying to say is, if she just made the reflex to grab her phone,
yeah,
I would have understood it.
I agree with you, but I'm talking about, I've seen multiple times where people will say to the officer, may I grab my phone?
Yeah.
Or the ding-dongs who don't understand that the reality is, we talk about in our country, no illegal search and seizures.
Right.
And the reality is, what are you staring at over my shoulder?
I'm not. Keep talking.
Anyway, the reality is, they've made the law so broad that they can find any reason to make it a legal search and seizure. Even down to, sniff, sniff, sniff. Have you been smoking marijuana in the car? And you may never have smoked marijuana in your car in the entire life. And you're the only owner of the car.
Right.
Point being, there's never been marijuana in the car that you smoked.
Right.
And the cop can go, sniff, sniff, I smell marijuana. Guess what? He has probable cause. That's bullcrap to me.
Yeah.
Probable cause should not be something that's debatable, whether it happened or not.
You should be able to show what your probable cause was in court later.
Yes. My probable cause was I saw a grinder.
Right. I think that's reasonable.
So that's reasonable.
Not in California anymore, though.
Right. But that would have been the reason. And you know
Right.
what? Hey, just because it's legal doesn't mean you can't stop and check to see if you've got 10 pounds of it in your car.
That's fair.
Because if they couldn't check, the illegal drug trade wouldn't go down, it would go up.
So do you think that California police officers will still, if they see marijuana in your car, they're still going to search your car?
They're still going to search your car.
They just can't arrest you or throw away your legal amount of marijuana?
Yeah, like if, let's say you just went to the dispensary and you have a whole entire ounce in your car. Well, first of all, you better hope that little girl behind the counter measured it properly. Because if it's an ounce or less. So if you have 1.01 ounces, you can go to jail.
Not that you would.
But you could.
Do they give you a receipt at the dispensary? I would wonder if they would give you a receipt.
Labeling what you purchased.
Right. Because
then it's not on you.
Well, exactly. That way, if you have the bag with 1.1 ounces in it, and the police officer's like, this weighs more than an ounce, you could be like, I only paid for an ounce, officer. I'm not going to question them behind the counter. They're the people measuring the marijuana out. Here's my receipt. I was there 5 minutes ago. I'm going home.
Right.
I wonder if
I think it would
legal
carry
recreational marijuana places are going to provide receipts.
Probably. And don't forget, that's why it's prepackaged.
Yes. I understand.
Because if it's prepackaged as 1/8 of an ounce, somebody freaking measured that and made sure it was 1/8 of an ounce.
And if it weighs more in the sealed package, there's going to be no question about it not being your fault.
Right. It's a sealed package.
I mean, because seriously, who can tell the difference between an ounce and 1.1 ounces when they're not holding something of both weights at the same time?
Exactly.
Like, let's be real now.
Exactly. I totally agree with you. And that's, there's some difficulties. But they're still going to use their probable cause because they're trying to find that drug mule that's trying to move illegal marijuana. And I just had a thought. And I'm probably certain that tons of you are going to think I'm an idiot for just realizing this. But if you think about it, if there are illegal dispensaries out there that are not licensed, then doesn't that mean in all probability that they're not buying from the licensed distributor because the licensed distributor is required to pass on a tracking number to them and have it be able to be given back to them? So the police are supposed to be able to go either way up the chain to see where the stuff came from? Well,
that's true for recreational, so I bet you that's true now, but I don't think that was... Since it's in the new recreational laws, my bet is it wasn't true for medical.
But they made all of those align with one another.
I know now, but it's only been 27 days.
But here's the thing. Doesn't that mean that all of the illegal dispensaries are probably just a front for drug dealers?
Yeah.
So some dude wants to sell, maybe he's a gang member or who knows what. He wants to sell marijuana. He wants to be a marijuana dealer. So in the old days, he'd be out on the corner selling, or he'd pass the word around at the gym that, hey man, if you ever need any bud, just call me and, I'll hook you up. And that was very clear that he wasn't going to give it to you for free. But if you went to court, because the cop was undercover, he could say, hey, I didn't say I was going to sell it to you. I said I was going to hook you up. I can give it away all day long.
Right.
I'm not selling it. And that's the kind of, so now instead of doing that, what they're doing is they're selling it as under the guise of a legal dispensary.
Well, as I understood it, when it was medical and there was illegal dispensaries, it's because it wasn't required to track. So Bro would own one legal dispensary, and then he'd have 5 illegal ones, and all of the marijuana would be going through the one legal one.
Yeah. And sometimes I think the one legal one wasn't even doing any business on purpose.
You know, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Just be closed all the time.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's how it would still work to run illegal recreational ones. One person owns a license and has all of the tracking information for all of the marijuana, but it's being sold at other locations.
But he has to say who he sold it to.
So the other place is keeping records, and he has all those records. You know what I'm saying? I think that there is a legal dispensary at the top of the chain of illegal dispensaries.
And you're just thinking that all the transactions
would be reported under the
legal one. Huh. It's an interesting thought. And possibly would be a way to go.
It's like a marijuana franchise. Like, that's what I'm trying to say.
But again, here's my thinking. It's like I said, I think I said it this week on our show, that the only way for this to be successful as a whole is for the federal government to decriminalize it. And if you'll notice, there's 2 kinds of discussions about this. There's, the federal government should legalize marijuana. What's the ramification of that? That means states don't get a say. Federal law supersedes state law. So that means it's legal in all 50 states. Immediately. Okay? That, from my libertarian viewpoint, is overreaching of the government right there.
Because there are states where it has been on the ballot and not passed. That state clearly does not want legalized marijuana.
Hence, they should decriminalize it, meaning that on the federal level, it is no longer
there is just no longer a law at the federal level.
Yes, there's just no longer an issue. And let each state decide on its own, based on its population, what it wants. Because you know what? They may be part of a bigger group called the United States to have a strong, protective military and whatever.
Not the same
but Californians aren't the same as people from Arkansas or Nebraska or Texas.
Florida.
Exactly. They're all different.
Right.
And you can see it. It's no different than how where you come from is different from where I came from, when we met. It's no different. It's just one was from country to country. This is from one state to another state. But it's so far.
States here are pretty much different countries.
Well, right. And the country itself is so big that if you're talking about a place in Nebraska, the place is just totally different. I mean, like when I went to Indiana, they're like totally used to the fact that, they got to drive 15 minutes just to get to the grocery store. And it's 15 minutes of like nothing. And like,
you were such a
here's
city
this
boy.
but here's like this giant business park, huge business park. And it's like out in the middle of some remote area. And then you turn on this street and then there's like 3 buildings. That's the huge business park. And you're like, really?
Such a
the hell is wrong with you? This is not busy.
Just
give me an effing break. Somebody get to work here.
What I want to know is, okay, if the federal government decriminalized it, and would that make it no longer illegal for 2 states, as in California and Nevada, where it's legal in both places? Would it remove the illegal factor of taking marijuana from California to Nevada?
Yes.
Because it's illegal federally, so to cross a border makes you a criminal?
Yes.
Okay, so then my question is, because
anytime you cross a state border, the federal government's law enforcement can step in.
I see. Then, I wonder, because I know that alcohol can move from country to country. All you should do is declare it and let them know that you're taking it.
Yeah, maybe
I wonder if when Canada legalizes marijuana in July, they better. And then if the federal government here decriminalized it,
would they allow it to go from country to country?
You just have to declare it like alcohol. Probably not. I mean,
logic would say yes.
But I feel like 30 years from now, when stereotypes have moved on, that you'll be able to move it like alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just interesting to me. I still think, let me preface this this way. None of this that I'm about to say surprises me. What surprises me is how many people are surprised by this. Okay?
Okay.
But since it's been legalized, we've commented on this show before, within our apartment building, lots, and wherever we go, you run into the smell of marijuana.
Right.
And it's a very distinctive smell. It would be...
Yeah, it smells like a skunk's butt.
It would be next to impossible. You'd have to be very naive to smell it and not know what it was.
Right.
Like super naive.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
And, either naive or young and super young, like
young and naive
15-year-old. But yeah, that's kind of the same thing, right?
People are naive.
You're not educated enough yet. So,
right.
There you go. So you're naive if you don't get it. But I've been smelling it everywhere. And some people are like, oh my God, I'm so surprised by how many people smoke marijuana. I'm not. I'm not surprised at all. And like I told you, like on our soccer team, sorry, I'm not going to name names, but on our soccer team, with the number of parents there are, let's face it, if each kid...
I would say at least half the parents smoke.
If each kid only had 2 parents involved, and many of them have more than 2 parents involved, but if each kid only had 2 parents involved, right. That would be, 30 kids? 32 kids? 32 parents?
Well, there's 18 kids.
Is there 18 kids?
That would be a maximum. There'd be 18 kids.
Yeah, but I think there's only
17 now.
16, I thought.
I don't know.
Because I know he has space because he was trying out a kid.
I think he only has space for 1, though.
So you think there's 17. Okay, so let's go with that. Let's just go with 17. That means that there's a bare minimum 34 parents.
Right. Plus extras.
So with that many,
I would say,
let's just say 10% smoke pot. That's basically 4 parents.
Right.
So why are people surprised that now that it's allowed to be out in the open, that it smells and you can smell it so much? Why are people surprised by that? I'm not surprised.
Do you want to know what I think? I think everybody's smelling it so much right now because it's a novelty. And I think 6 months from now, it'll be the exact same as it was before it was legalized.
Yeah, except with a little more relaxation around it. Because, before it was legalized, no one wanted to be tied to it, right?
Well, I meant like walking down the street smelling smells.
Well, right, but I'm getting to that. Now that it's legal, you're right. They're kind of flaunting look at what I can do. Like I said, like in Vegas when you're walking down the strip.
Right.
People, it's going to always be like that now because people are going to come from out of state.
They're going to hit
so that they can hit up a recreational dispensary and then smoke out while walking down the strip. And they're going to video themselves going, look at me. I'm able to smoke marijuana walking down the street out in the open. Look at me. But that part of it is what they're flaunting right now. Eventually, that's going to go back to who cares? But there'll still be people, you'll still smell it from time to time, and there'll still be people who are using it out in public, but they're not going to be flaunting it like they are now.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think 6 months from now, it'll be a few and far between again smelling it.
That's where I'm going with what I was saying. If you want it decriminalized at the federal level, you have to show that you're complying with the laws that your state prescribed for marijuana.
Right.
So that means that if you're a legal dispensary that gets a legal license and then you use that to game the system with illegal dispensaries, the government's going to find out. I'm a big believer that they know most of the time and just look the other way. Did you not notice when we met with those police chiefs? I'm not naming specific cities for a reason, but when we met with those police chiefs, they all basically said, well, we know that there's the homeless over here, and then the homeless are over here, and then this is an area where there's drug dealers. They're not stupid. They know what's going on in their city. So they're fully aware of what's going on.
Right.
Boom. People are just, I don't know, dumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want my phone. Officer, can I... Oh, wait a minute, officer, my phone's ringing. I saw one. The officer had his gun out. his gun was at the guy's head. The phone rang, and he answered it on his Bluetooth in the car.
Wow.
And he said, I gotta go right now, dude. There's a cop with a gun at my head. On live PD.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Like, who taught these people to act that way?
Yeah, they're idiots. They were raised in a barn, just like our neighbors.
I can't take it. Oh my gosh. Once again, we had something that we had to crush to get into the trash dumpster. And we were dealing with that like good neighbors would. And
some jack of all asses comes along and just like places his box of trash on the wall, touching the dumpster. As in, poke it with your finger, it falls into the dumpster. He just places it there and walks away.
You could have blown on it like this.
Yeah.
And it would have fallen into the dumpster.
Yep.
I ask myself, what is wrong with the people that we live with? I don't grasp it at all. But hey, you know what?
They're crazy and lazy.
We had a cuckoo crazy weekend. We really did.
The weekend's not over.
I know. Oh, that's right. Tomorrow's Sunday.
Yeah, so stop acting like it's over.
I'm messed up because the schedule this week for this show got all messed up.
Yeah.
Because we lost I don't think I told you guys, but we lost an entire episode, and it was a good one, too. We talked about the FBI corruption, but in any event, we lost it because the gain on the microphone somehow got moved when it was in I have a shell container to keep it protected. It's a little tiny microphone, and it was inside of there, and the gain got reduced. So now I'm so damn anal that I'm going to drive Victoria crazy before every episode because I'm going to make us do a test recording so that I can set the levels correctly.
Why don't you just write down what the level's supposed to be at and not have to do a test?
Because it changes depending on the noise level inside the room at the time.
But the noise level's pretty similar in here all the time.
Tonight seems a little louder. It just does. Seems a little louder to me.
I think if you were to track it for like 14 or so days of podcasts, or maybe 15, because that'd be like 3 weeks, that you would find the sweet spot where it's most often good and be able to just leave it there.
You know,
but
I think that this is the 40th episode.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's the 40th episode.
Is that a milestone?
It's 8 weeks.
Uh-huh.
That's a long time. We stuck with this sucker. Now it's kind of a habit part of our day.
Is the broken microphone the real reason that you fired me in the next episode?
The broken microphone?
The episode we lost?
Well, the microphone wasn't broken. It was just set incorrectly.
The episode that we lost was the day before you told everybody I was fired.
Yeah, that's why you were fired.
Dick.
Because you couldn't be heard. It was like, here's Mike talking. That last silence right there, that was Victoria talking. Yeah, you couldn't hear her at all.
Not even a little bit.
And I tried everything. And all it did was make the problem worse. Because then there's like this massive hiss. So, nope. I tossed that episode in the trash dumpster.
I don't even remember what we talked about.
We talked about FBI corruption. We talked about FBI corruption. And I had a nice long rant. But
it wouldn't be the first time that we talked about something political, and you had a nice long rant, so I believe it.
Stop it.
I believe it.
Calling me names over there.
Personal attacks. I didn't call you even one single name.
Personal attacks.
If you'd like it, I could personally attack you.
Now you sound like that police officer. Oh, you want a ticket? You wanted to? I'll give you a ticket. You wanted to? I wasn't going to give you a ticket, but I'll give you a ticket. Why are you acting a certain kind of way? I hate when people say that. Why are you acting a certain kind of way? Well, I'm going to break something to you. All people are always acting a certain kind of way.
Are they really?
I mean, doesn't a certain kind of way just mean any way?
Uh-huh.
So why do people use that kind of terminology?
Because they're idiots. I don't know.
Why are you acting a certain kind of way? Well, everybody acts a certain kind of way.
Yep.
Some people act the angry kind of way. Some people act the happy kind of way. But those are a certain kind of way. Happy is a certain kind of way.
I
Angry is a certain kind of way. Yog Dog, he's a certain kind of way.
Yep.
You're also a certain kind of way.
I'm going to kick you.
You always do, so why would today be any different?
This would be a friendly kick.
Is there such a thing?
A friendly, why are you being
Is there
so
such
mean
a
to
thing
me?
as friendly kicking?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll show you one day.
I didn't know this. I mean, that's interesting. Well, dude, Yogi, got anything to add? Yogi says he's tired and sleeping because it's 10 o'clock at night. And he's a weirdo, so we'll let him sleep. And you got anything to add over there, Chuckles McGee?
No, and please don't call me that.
You don't have anything to add?
No, I don't have anything to add. I feel like I already said everything I wanted to say.
You sure?
Yeah.
I remember that from today.
Uh-huh.
Looking for anything specific? No, we're not. You sure? I kind of just told you no, we're not. So yeah, I'm sure. No, I was lying to you. Actually, I do have something specific I'm looking for. I'm looking for you to get hit by a bus.
That would have been funny since we were in a store. Anyway, good night, everyone. This crazy person.
Now that she's gone, I'm going to tell you something. She doesn't want you to know this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. On another night when she's asleep, hasta la bye-bye. Hey, this is Mike, and I just wanted to tell you that if you enjoyed the show, and I truly hope you did, you can subscribe on iTunes or Google Play and not miss a single episode. But if you happened to miss an episode and you didn't find it on Google Play or iTunes for some reason, you could go to our website, which is theNightlyRant.wordpress.com.